Now from the product that arrived, you will find a box that says hidden bed. That's the hardware that will now be attached to the bed. So I found that hardware. We'll open it up and we'll start putting the mechanism in. Okay, from the hidden bed packet I found the lifting arms. There's a left and a right. It's important that they be put on correctly. So the lifting arm, now I'm on the right side of this cabinet. Just kneeling down here, there's a couple of holes here provided. And this particular lifting arm is then the right side. So basically there's kind of a notch that's open. And that will be open like this, up toward the top, and then when it's closed, it'll be back toward your wall. Just picture this lifting the bed or lifting the desk as it goes to close. So there's a couple of holes provided here, and this will fit right over this series of holes here. But from the manila envelope that we provide, we're going to find some smaller barrel nuts. There's two sizes, smaller barrel nuts, and some 5/8 inch machine screws that will anchor this lifting arm in position. Now from the outside of the sideboard, you'll see a series 8 holes here, and I'm just going to go ahead and put these barrel nuts through all 8 holes on both sideboards. Now I'm going to take the right lifting arm, and I'm going to go ahead and place it in position, and then with a Phillips screwdriver bit on my drill and one of the 5/8 inch machine screws, I'll go ahead and anchor that in and catch that barrel nut on the other side. Now if you need to, the Allen, or the barrel nut has an Allen head on the other side. It's a 4mm. Typically you don't need it, but that can secure or hold that barrel nut on the other side as you're screwing this in. Now as I screw the rest of these in, I'll just mention that these need to be anchored snugly, but not extremely, not tightened down to the point where it's pulling the Allen head barrel nut into the plywood. So I'm just tightening these down and snugging them up good, but not really over tightening them. I'm just going to place this behind the solid wood board to give me clearance on these bottom 2 holes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and mount the left side lifting arm in position. We're still working on the right side here, and I'm going to show you some items that you're going to need for the next step or two, and everything will be duplicated. Whatever is done on the right side will go do on the left side. So from the hidden bed box, I've found the lifting pistons, the lower mounting bracket, there's 2 smaller cotter pins, or one for either side, so a small cotter pin, and the lower support pin. It's just a pin that has a hole that the cotter pin will go through. Now that's out of the hidden bed cardboard box. Now from the manila envelope that we provide, you will find some larger barrel nuts and some larger wood furniture machine screws that will attach this, the lower bracket to the sideboard. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get the lower mounting bracket. And then I'm going to take the piston. Now the piston obviously has 2 ends, the skinnier end and the fatter end. I'm going to use the skinnier end, and it's going to go into the lower mounting bracket like this. And then I'll go ahead and place the lower support pin through the hole and through the piston. And then I'm going to use a small cotter pin and put that through the hole. And then I'm going to bend one side of the cotter pin just to hold it in place. So now this bracket with the piston attached is one assembly. Now I'm going to take the larger barrel nuts that come in the manila envelope, and I'm going to put them through the holes on the outside of the sideboard. Now there's a series of holes in the side of this lower mounting bracket. There's one that's kind of offset near the head of the piston. That's where one of the furniture machine screws will go through and then into the barrel nut. And the other one is going to go through the top hole, like so. And now I'll just kind of put those into position. And this will require a 4mm Allen wrench to tighten those down. I'm going to go ahead and tighten those down. Again, I'm going to snug it up pretty good. I'm not necessarily going to be pulling the other side, the barrel nut, deep into the wood, but I am going to tighten that down quite a bit. Now I'm going to do the top as well. And tightening it down. Just want to talk about this adjustable pin here that the piston will connect to here in a minute. You can see that there's 3 holes. It should be in the center hole. That's where we recommend you start with. That will actually add leverage to the lifting mechanism. So if the desk is heavy or it's got a heavy mattress on it, that can be moved up, which will give this lifting arm more lift or more leverage, and consequently the lower one will be a little bit less lift, but we'll leave it in the center. That's where it will be best suited right now. So I've drawn this lifting arm down around this solid wood member, and now I'm going to lift this piston up, and you'll see that the piston will fit into, as I draw this out, this arm away, that piston will fit. The top of the piston has a hole that will fit into that pin. You kind of have to work with a little bit, and it'll go through like this. Now from the hidden bed package as well, you'll find a couple of these R clips, one for the right, one for the left. Now with the piston in place on the lifting arm, I'll just put that R clip through the hole at the end of the upper bracket, the upper mounting post, and I'll just go ahead and drop that R clip into position.